And we are live on YouTube. Uh, Um, First off, here, let me get some more people joining us here. Anyways, hello everybody. My name is Harlequin Murray, and I am your co-host this evening, as I always am. And a couple of things, just so you know, we're gonna kind of make this a little bit more like the huddle that we have during the weekday with corporate. And we're going to be letting people in a couple minutes early so people can go and talk a little bit and introduce themselves so we can get to know everybody a little bit better and just make a little bit more fun. But anyways, so if anybody would like to say hello before we get started, we're open to doing that. And if not, we'll just go ahead and get started. Uh,
Let's go ahead. They're not used to that yet.
I know they're not. I know they're not. But anyways, so Um, just to let you know a little bit about us, this is Ellen Wynn's Team Zoom. Ellen is one of the top leaders in the company, and she is my personal sponsor. But very fortunate to have her as my sponsor, and we're all fortunate to have her as our team leader because she does a phenomenal job. But anyways, hello guys, waving in the background there. I see you. But anyways, just a little bit about her. She is from just outside of Atlanta, Georgia, in a town called Dallas. Grew up on her family's farm and worked in the restaurant industry for many, many years. Worked her way up in management to be in charge of the state of Georgia for Domino's and also working as the trainer for them. She's owned her own pizza restaurant. She had a couple of different locations. She's also been in, well, right now she's still in the limousine industry. She owns an insurance agency as well as her DAC agency, but she has a lot of experience in the business world. She's also worked in the network marketing field as well. Whenever I first met her almost 20 years ago, she was the national training director for a network marketing company. So, anyway, she's got a lot of experience to give to us, and we will get to learn some more from her this evening. So, Miss Ellen, go ahead and take it away before I mess it up anymore.
You crack me up, Harlequin. Hey, everybody, welcome. Thanks, Harlequin. Appreciate that intro and always being here to get us kicked off. Good stuff. Yeah, so we were talking earlier, those of you that are just now coming in, we're going to start opening up a couple of minutes earlier on Mondays and let you guys do a little brief chat introduction and all that like we do on the team huddles if you missed that announcement. But we'll do that next week. Right now, we're going to get into it. I have a slideshow together, so I want to go through a few updates and a few things that I get questions about. So want to make sure that when we finish up here tonight, that any questions that you have about your DAC business are answered. So that's the goal every Monday is to be able to do Q&A with you guys that don't necessarily have the opportunity to meet um, with us. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Got slide share going there. Awesome. All right, yeah. So those of you that don't have the opportunity to meet with us during the week, during the day, can get your questions answered here. And in fact, our huddle is not necessarily a Q&A session anymore. It's more of just talking about the good things that are going on, although David does answer some questions. But first, to get us kicked off, I want to go through and congratulate our top recruiters. We do this each and every week. To be named on the top recruiter list, you have to have 2 or more new brokers for the week. And this week we only had one person that had 2 or more, and that's DAC Funding Solutions. We had several brokers who had 1 recruit, but we don't get named if you don't have two or more. So congratulations to Pam with DAC Funding Solutions for having two enrollments for the week. Also, I want to congratulate our new brokers who have already completed certification in their first 7 days. I'm doing this on a weekly rolling basis. So this week we want to recognize Dan Clark, Daniel Breyer. I'm sorry if I'm messing that up. Hopefully one of those is correct. KLA Consults Now LLC and Native Capital LLC. So as said, every week when new brokers get started, they're the most likely time that they're going to get certified is within that first week. If you have new brokers starting and they're not getting certified early on, then they're missing that window of opportunity to get certified. Well, while DAC is fresh on their mind, while they're excited, they've seen the business presentation, and they're taking that next step in their business to be able to go out and talk to clients and hopefully bring some funding business to the table and earn that first commission. So congratulations to you guys for getting your certification completed in your first days of the business. I want to remind everyone of our weekly Zoom schedule. Corporate does a Zoom Monday through Friday at 11:30 a.m. Those huddles open up at 11:20 for shout outs and testimonials. So you can shout out where you're coming in from, what city you're in, or if you want to recognize someone on your team, you can do that 10 minutes before the actual Zoom starts at 11:30. And then David is going to go into some tips of the day and cover a couple of funding stories that just happened that day or the day before. So it's always a great way to get your day started and keep your week rolling along. And then Friday, it starts out with the daily huddle. And then about 10 minutes into that Zoom on Friday, then they go into the broker update. So Friday huddle is always a little bit longer because it's the broker update on top of the daily huddle. And then Monday night, every Monday at 9 p.m., we do the Winn Agency Team Zoom, and that's at zoom.ellenwin.link. Or you know that because you're here. If you're watching live, and you may be watching on the replay, we stream these to my YouTube channel as well. Okay. Tonight, I want to point out a few things that you may or may not have seen. We have a new merch store, and I'm pretty excited about this. If you go into your DAC back office, you'll see that tab there on the left. And then you've got in that merch store, we've got all sorts of things that are logoed where you can order drinkware, pens, gifts, hats, shirts, bags, golf apparel, etc. So good way to start getting yourself out there with a branded logoed shirt. Okay, so we're excited about that. Also, want to touch quickly, we've been hearing for the past couple of weeks or so that the bankbreezy.com website is in process of being replicated. As you can see, I went to bankbreezy.com/my ID number, and it shows my information at the top of the page. However, these pages are not ready to be used yet. They're not replicating properly because let me go back up one. When I click on Get Your Offer Now, it goes to the next page. But if you'll notice, my information is at the top of the page, but my agent ID and name is not carrying over into the form. So this is a place that you want to look. If you are not sure whether it's ready or not, you can keep checking back. And if you don't see your information populating in the form on the Apply Now page, that means the replication has not completed, and you do not need to use the bankbreezy.com website because we don't have it ready to go. So that's your fail-safe way of making sure whether to use that or not. Now, talking about the huddles, David was not recording these, but at popular demand, he has decided that he's going to record these in podcast style. They're not showing up right now in the podcast tab. Actually, if you click on live, you'll see those across the top, and you can click on the one that you have missed. As you can see, here's 12 minutes. Here's one that went a little bit longer due to agent interaction. And then the one from today was only 7 minutes long. So a great way for you to get some great short information and inspiration about DAC. All right. Guys, I want to talk to you here as we're ending the month and get you thinking about some of the numbers that you need to be looking at on your business. Okay. This is a screenshot of the back office dashboard. And many of you, your dashboard looks exactly like this. I took this from a training site that I have. So these are not my numbers. But on that dashboard, it shows you how many personal qualified certified brokers you have for this month, how many you had last month, and how many personal qualifying customers you have. Okay. And then it also shows you your total bonus revenue. These numbers are reflective of your business. Also, this month's personal bonus revenue, that would be what you have acquired or achieved through getting personal customers. And then this month, group bonus revenue. And this is what your team is producing if you have a team. But I want to talk a little bit about certified versus qualified. I think some people are looking at getting certified and thinking that they're qualified to earn on a team. Well, that's not the case because those two terms have their own meaning and their own definition. So let's talk about that. To be a qualified certified broker, first, you need to be certified. Everybody has to go through the certification process unless you want to be considered a referral partner, right? A referral partner earns 10% of the bonus revenue. But once you go through certification, you automatically are bumped up to 40% of the bonus revenue of any personal fundings that you receive. Whether you're certified or not, you always get paid on your own clients, your own personal clients, but being qualified and certified is what's going to determine whether you're eligible to earn on what other people in your team do. So that's why I want to point this out. So to be a qualified certified broker, you have to be certified first, hence the certified piece of that title, and you also have to be certified. So what is certified? This second section of this screen is the certification piece. Okay, I'm sorry, qualified. It's the qualified piece. Certification is just the certification training, but qualified means that you're either in your first 30 days, those folks that I just recognized as having gotten certified within their first 7 days, they are considered a qualified certified broker because they're within their first 30 days of becoming a DAC broker. Okay. Either you're brand new in your first 30 days and you've gone through broker certification, or you have at least 1,000 or more in cumulative personal bonus revenue in a rolling 6 month period. So don't get those two confused. They go hand in hand together, but you must be qualified to be eligible to earn on a team. Okay. So let's take a look at the 5-level agency pay. I touched on this last week because we had our 5-level pay on the 15th of the month. And again, as we're nearing the end of this month, you want to be looking at your personal business numbers because how you end the month of October is going to determine whether you get paid that 5-level agency payout in November, on November the 15th. So if you are a certified broker, meaning you've just gone through the certification and you've gotten your certificate, that automatically qualifies you to earn matching bonuses, or not matching, but 4% of the bonus revenue of any personally enrolled brokers that you have brought to the table who have gotten funding clients. Okay. You're going to earn 4% if you've just gone through certification. But to be eligible to earn beyond your first level, you also have to have qualified certified brokers. Okay. Now, you have to be a qualified certified broker as well. So your personal qualification for level 2, you have to be qualified, meaning that you have to have 1,000 in personal bonus revenue over a rolling 6-month period, and you have to have gone through certification to be able to earn beyond that first level. So if you have 3 qualified certified brokers, the easiest way to get that is to keep recruiting new brokers and encourage those new brokers to go through the certification. 3 brand new brokers for the month who have gone through certification will count as 3 qualified certified brokers, right? Because they're in their first 30 days, and that counts as qualified as long as they go through the certification. To earn on 3 levels, you have to have 6 personally enrolled qualified certified brokers. 4 and 5 levels, those numbers just go up. Okay, so again, how you end the month of October is going to determine your eligibility for 5-level pay on the 15th of next month. So always get in the habit of doing that, checking your numbers and seeing where you stand before the end of the month. We're here on the 27th. We've got 8, 9, 10, 30, and we got what, 4 more days before the month is out. So you've got time to check those numbers and see what you can do to make an impact on your pay. Okay, that was my last slide. So I'm going to stop share and open up for any questions or comments that you guys have. If you have a success story you want to share, you're welcome to do that. If you have questions, raise your hand, do the virtual hand raise, and we'll go to any questions that you might have. Harlequin, did I miss anything that we talked about earlier?
Not that I can remember, no.
Okay. Don't have to. I'm just making sure I didn't miss anything.
Yeah. But I will say I got to wear my DAC sweater for the first time this season today
I see that.
to a business association luncheon and got to meet some new people. So representing.
Awesome. Hey, speaking of that, something that I always notice when I go out and do networking events, I see people sometimes putting their name tag over here on the left side of their shirt. The DAC logo is on the left side of the shirt for a reason. Um, if you think about it, you really, when you're doing name tags at events like that, you want your name tag on the right-hand side of your shirt, because whether you're right or left-handed, people shake hands with their right hand. So if your name tag is on the right side of your shirt and you're extending your hand to shake hands with someone, it's natural for them to look in the direction of your right hand, and it's an easy glance up to see your name tag without having to look cross body. So just a little coaching tip there for you on where to wear a name tag when you're doing networking events. All right. Okay, so
Only problem with that is if you've got a purse, I always have it on my right shoulder and it always falls off. Or it knocks the name tag off. So
right, but that's really where name tags are supposed to
I know
go. So
it's
I
just
don't run into that problem. If I have a purse and I'm going into the networking session, I usually go find a spot to put down my coat and my purse, and I move around the room with a business card holder so that I can exchange information. So, but a good point there, Harlequin. All right, anybody got questions or comments before we wrap up? It's 20 minutes after. I don't want to waste your time, but I want to make sure we address anything that you have concerns about, or tips, or something exciting happening that took place in your business for the week. Anybody? All right, well, we will wrap up. We'll respect your time and hope that I covered something that was beneficial for you tonight. We got 11:30 tomorrow will be our DAC huddle, and I hope to see you on there live. If not, you can watch the replay, but the big piece of being live is that you get the synergy from other people and that opportunity to hear a question or maybe even interject something due to something else that was said in the meeting. So Thanks, guys. We appreciate you being here tonight. Take care and let us know how we can help. Take care.